The story of Pi Network is not just about a new cryptocurrency, it's a story about a bold vision. It started with a simple question from its Stanford PhD founders, Dr. Nicholas Kokalis and Dr. Chengdiao Fan. How can we make cryptocurrency accessible to everyone? They saw that early digital currencies like Bitcoin were complex. They required powerful computers and technical knowledge. This created a high barrier to entry. Most people were left out of the crypto revolution. Their goal was to change that. They envisioned a world where anyone with a smartphone could participate in a secure and decentralized digital economy. This wasn't about getting rich quick, it was about financial inclusion on a global scale. This deep-seated motivation drives the core development team every single day. They are not just engineers, they are social scientists and human-computer interaction experts. Their passion is rooted in building a platform that is user-friendly and serves a real purpose. The team believes that the true power of blockchain technology is not just in its technical elegance, but in its ability to empower communities. They often talk about creating utility real-world uses for PI that go beyond speculation. This human-centric approach is what sets Pi Network apart. It's a philosophy embedded in every line of code and every feature they design, aiming to build a more equitable digital future. The personal stories of the core developers reveal a shared commitment. Many come from backgrounds where they witnessed the limitations of traditional financial systems firsthand. They understand the challenges people face with cross-border payments, high transaction fees, and lack of access to banking services. This personal connection to the problem fuels their relentless pursuit of solutions. They are building Pi Network not just as a professional project, but as a personal mission. They imagine a future where a small business owner in a developing country can easily transact with customers globally, all through the Pi app on their phone. This is the passion that we see behind the scenes. Therefore, to understand Pi Network, you must look beyond the blockchain and the mining mechanism. You have to see the people and their unwavering belief in a more inclusive digital world. Their vision is not just to launch another coin, but to cultivate a thriving ecosystem powered by everyday people. They are building a platform for others to build upon, a digital commons where value is created and shared by its community. This foundational principle of accessibility and empowerment is the North Star guiding every decision, from the initial white paper to the latest roadmap update. The future of Pi is being built on this solid ground of purpose and passion. The launch of the enclosed mainnet was a monumental step for Pi Network. It marked the transition from a theoretical test phase to a live, functioning blockchain. However, this was just the beginning of a new chapter, not the end of the story. Since then, the core team has been laser-focused on achieving critical milestones. One of the most significant accomplishments has been the mass Know Your Customer, or KYC, rollout. Building a proprietary KYC solution capable of verifying millions of users from nearly every country is a massive undertaking. This system, which combines automated machine processing with trusted human validators from the community, is a testament to the project's innovative spirit and its commitment to compliance and security. Another major achievement has been the migration of millions of pioneers to the mainnet. This isn't a simple switch. It's a complex process that involves verifying a user's identity, confirming their mined Pi balance, and securely transferring those assets to their mainnet wallet on the blockchain. Successfully migrating such a vast and diverse user base without major incidents demonstrates the robustness of the underlying infrastructure. Each successful migration adds another active node to the network, strengthening its decentralization and security. The team has methodically improved the migration pipeline, making it faster and more reliable, bringing the network closer to its goal of a fully open and interconnected ecosystem. Beyond user migration, the development of the Pi browser and the mobile wallet has been a cornerstone of post-mainnet progress. The Pi browser is not just a web browser, it is the primary gateway to the Pi ecosystem. It allows users to securely access their wallets and interact with Pi apps. The team has continuously updated it to improve performance, enhance security, and provide a seamless user experience. The integration of the mainnet wallet directly within the mobile platform ensures that users have self-custody of their assets, a core principle of decentralization. This empowers pioneers to control their own funds without relying on a central custodian, a crucial feature for long-term trust and adoption. Finally, the initial growth of the testnet ecosystem has been a quiet but powerful success. The core team has been supporting developers in building and testing a variety of applications on the Pi platform. These early apps, ranging from marketplaces and games to social media platforms, serve as a proof of concept for the network's utility. They demonstrate that Pi can be used for real transactions and services. This period has allowed the team to gather invaluable feedback, refine the developer tools, and prepare the infrastructure for the explosion of creativity that will come with the open network period. Each milestone, from KYC to app development, is a deliberate step toward realizing the ultimate vision. Building a blockchain network for tens of millions of users presented challenges that few projects have ever faced. One of the biggest internal hurdles was managing scalability at an unprecedented level before the network was even fully open. The sheer volume of daily active users put immense strain on the back-end infrastructure. The team had to re-architect systems multiple times to handle the load of user authentications, balance checks, and the complex consensus algorithm. They encountered bottlenecks they hadn't anticipated, forcing them to innovate on the fly. This involved optimizing database queries, distributing server loads globally, and developing new caching strategies to ensure the app remained responsive for everyone, from Tokyo to Toronto. Another significant challenge was the fight against bad actors. With a large user base comes the inevitable attraction of those looking to exploit the system. The core team has been engaged in a constant battle against fake accounts, bots, and script-based mining. Preserving the integrity of the network and ensuring that Pi is only distributed to genuine human beings is a top priority. This led to the development of sophisticated, multi-layered security protocols. They use a combination of machine learning algorithms to detect suspicious patterns and the social trust graph to identify and prune fake accounts. Overcoming this challenge was crucial for maintaining the principle of one person, one account, and protecting the value of the network for all legitimate pioneers. Network stability during the initial mainnet migration phase was also a formidable test. Moving millions of balances from a centralized ledger to a decentralized blockchain is a delicate operation. Any error could result in the loss of a user's hard-earned Pi. The team implemented a rigorous multi-stage verification process and a mainnet checklist to guide users through the procedure safely. They built redundancy systems and rollback mechanisms to handle potential failures. There were moments when migration queues became congested, and the team had to work around the clock to resolve issues and communicate transparently with the community, ensuring that trust was maintained even when technical difficulties arose. This meticulous approach has been key to the network's stability. Finally, a less visible but equally important struggle was creating a sustainable and energy-efficient consensus mechanism. The Stellar Consensus Protocol, which Pi is based on, is inherently more environmentally friendly than proof-of-work systems like Bitcoin. However, adapting and optimizing it for a massive mobile-first network required significant custom development. The team had to fine-tune the protocol's parameters to balance security, speed, and decentralization without draining users' phone batteries. This involved extensive simulation and testing to find the right configuration. The successful implementation of this energy-light consensus mechanism is a core achievement, ensuring the network can grow sustainably into the future without a heavy environmental footprint. The next 6 months are poised to be the most transformative period in Pi Network's history. The roadmap is heavily focused on one central theme: unlocking utility. The primary goal is to transition the ecosystem from its enclosed network phase to a more mature state where Pi is used for a wide range of goods and services. A key priority is the acceleration of the KYC and mainnet migration processes. The team is deploying enhanced algorithms and more community validators to clear the backlog and get millions more pioneers onto the mainnet. This is the foundational step required for a vibrant, transactional economy to flourish, as only migrated Pi can be used in the ecosystem. A major feature on the immediate horizon is the launch of more sophisticated platform-level features within the Pi browser. This includes refined payment APIs that will make it incredibly simple for developers to integrate Pi payments into their apps. Imagine being able to buy a product in an online store with a single tap, authenticated securely through the Pi app. The team is also working on features that will allow for recurring payments and escrow services. which are critical for more complex transactions like freelance work or peer-to-peer marketplaces. These tools are designed to remove friction and make using PI as seamless as using a credit card online, but with the benefits of decentralization. Furthermore, the roadmap includes a significant push to foster the development of high-quality applications. The core team plans to launch new developer programs and hackathons with clear incentives. The goal is to move beyond simple proof-of-concept apps to applications with deep functionality and real-world value. The focus will be on categories like local commerce, games with Pi-based economies, and social applications that leverage the network's massive user base. The team will provide more direct support, documentation, and even potential funding for promising projects that align with the vision of building a utility-based ecosystem. This initiative aims to spark a wave of innovation from the global developer community. Finally, a crucial part of the 6-month plan is preparing the technical and community groundwork for the open network period. This involves rigorous testing of the blockchain under high-stress conditions, further decentralizing the node network, and finalizing the firewall settings that currently restrict external connectivity. The team is taking a cautious, data-driven approach to this transition. They will only remove the firewall when the ecosystem is mature enough, meaning there are enough useful apps and a critical mass of migrated users to sustain a healthy economy. The next 6 months are about building that maturity, brick by brick, ensuring the network is robust, secure, and ready for its grand debut on the public internet. The future of Pi Network rests on the creativity of its developers. Recognizing this, the core team is preparing to release a powerful new suite of developer tools and APIs designed to make building on Pi easier and more rewarding than ever. The centerpiece of this release is a revamped Software Development Kit, or SDK. This SDK will provide pre-built components and libraries that handle the complexities of blockchain interaction. For example, a developer won't need to be a cryptography expert to implement a secure Pi payment. They can simply use the SDK's payment API, which will handle user authentication, transaction signing, and blockchain confirmation in just a few lines of code, making development faster and less error-prone. One of the most exciting new features will be the introduction of app-to-user payments. Currently, transactions are initiated by the user. This new API will allow verified applications to request payments from users for services, such as a monthly subscription for a premium feature or an in-game purchase. This opens up a whole new range of business models for developers on the platform. The process will, of course, be fully secure and require explicit user consent for every transaction, maintaining Pi's user-centric philosophy. This tool is a game changer, enabling the creation of sustainable businesses entirely within the Pi ecosystem. Another major update will be the release of a comprehensive developer portal. This will be a one-stop shop for everything a developer needs. It will include detailed documentation for all APIs, step-by-step tutorials, code samples, and best practice guides. The portal will also feature an app management dashboard where developers can register their apps, manage their credentials, and view analytics on app usage and transactions. This streamlined experience is designed to lower the barrier to entry, encouraging developers of all skill levels, from hobbyists to established companies, to start building on Pi. The goal is to create a supportive and resourceful environment for builders. Finally, the team is working on APIs that leverage Pi's unique social graph. Developers will be able to build applications that utilize features like a user security circle, but in a privacy-preserving way. For instance, an app could be designed to offer services to trusted groups of friends or to verify user reputation based on their network connections. This opens the door for innovative social commerce, trust-based services, and collaborative platforms that are not possible on other blockchains. By providing these unique tools, the core team is not just offering a payment network, they are offering a platform for building a new generation of socially aware, decentralized applications. Even within the current enclosed network, the Pi ecosystem is already showing vibrant signs of life. Early success stories are emerging that highlight the network's potential. One prominent example is the Pi Chain Mall, a marketplace application where pioneers can browse and purchase goods from vendors using Pi. While operating on a limited scale, Pi Chain Mall has successfully facilitated thousands of peer-to-peer transactions. It demonstrates a clear demand for a Pi-centric economy. Users are trading everything from electronics to handmade crafts, proving that Pi is already functioning as a medium of exchange. This organic growth is a powerful indicator of the network's future utility and has a compounding effect on network engagement. Another area of impressive growth is in the gaming and entertainment sector. Several games have been developed on the Pi testnet that integrate Pi as an in-game currency. These are not just simple novelties. They are creating engaging experiences where players can earn or spend Pi for virtual items, power-ups, or access to exclusive content. The success of these early games shows that Pi can drive user engagement and create self-sustaining microeconomies within applications. As more users migrate to the mainnet, these game developers are positioned to be among the first to tap into a massive and active user base, turning their testnet success into a real mainnet business. The network effect of these early apps is tangible. Each successful transaction or engaging app experience strengthens the community's belief in the project's value. It transforms Pi from an abstract number on a screen into a tangible asset with real-world utility. This, in turn, encourages more users to complete their KYC, migrate to the mainnet, and participate in the ecosystem. It also attracts more developers who see the growing user activity and the potential for building a successful application. This positive feedback loop is exactly what the core team aimed to create, a self-reinforcing cycle where utility drives growth and growth drives more utility. Furthermore, we are seeing the rise of community-led utility projects. In various local communities around the world, pioneers are organizing offline Pi bazaars and markets where they trade physical goods and services directly for Pi. These grassroots movements are incredibly powerful. They are not directed by the core team but are born out of the community's own initiative and belief in the project. These events, documented and shared across social media, serve as inspiring case studies. They showcase the deep desire for a functional peer-to-peer economy and demonstrate how Pi can bridge the gap between the digital world and local real-world commerce, one transaction at a time. As PINETWORK moves toward its open network phase, the core team's strategy is anchored in three pillars: security, scalability, and sustainability through decentralization. Security remains the absolute highest priority. The team is continuously conducting penetration testing and security audits of the blockchain and the app. The firewall of the enclosed network provides a controlled environment to identify and fix potential vulnerabilities before exposing the network to the broader internet. Furthermore, the emphasis on self-custody wallets empowers users to be the guardians of their own assets, a fundamental security principle in the decentralized world. The team's approach is to build a fortress, layer by layer, to protect the network and its users. Scalability is the key to serving a global user base. The Pi blockchain is built on the Stellar Consensus Protocol, which is designed for high throughput and low transaction costs, capable of handling thousands of transactions per second. The team's work has been to adapt and optimize this protocol for Pi's unique scale. The ongoing operation of the network with tens of millions of users is a live stress test, providing invaluable data to fine-tune performance. The plan for long-term scalability involves continuing to grow the number of decentralized nodes run by the community. A larger and more geographically distributed set of nodes enhances both the network's speed and its resilience against attacks or outages. The ultimate vision is a network that is not just technically decentralized, but also governed and sustained by its community. Pioneers are already playing a crucial role as KYC validators and node operators. In the future, community participation will expand. The core team envisions a system where community feedback directly influences development priorities. They are building channels for pioneers and developers to submit proposals, report bugs, and contribute to the platform's codebase. This collaborative approach ensures that the network evolves in a way that serves the interests of its users, not just a central entity. The sustainability of PI depends on this transition of power and responsibility to its community. In conclusion, the developers see a future where PINETWORK is more than just a cryptocurrency. It is a foundational layer for a new, more equitable digital economy. It will be a public utility, a decentralized platform where anyone can build businesses, create value, and transact freely and securely. The path forward is clear. Continue to strengthen the platform's security and scalability, empower developers with world-class tools, and progressively hand over more control to the community. The future of Pi is not in the hands of a few developers in an office. It is in the hands of the millions of pioneers around the world who are actively building this vision into a reality.